What is going on, guys? Reverend Saint here. I got some more Call of Duty Ghosts gameplay for you guys today, and what you guys are going to be watching is another free-for-all KEM strike on Prison Break. I go 30-0. I'm actually using the Remington R7. I think it's R7. I'm pretty sure it's R7. If it's not, let me know in the comments down below. But that's what I'm using in this gameplay. Not what I normally use. I normally don't use ARs unless it's an objective game mode. But on this map and certain other maps like Overlord and big maps like that, it's really good to have an AR, especially here. On Prison Break, there's a lot of really long lines of sight where you can get people across the map, because this map kind of sucks for free-for-all. People like to drag this one out, and it just kind of goes on and on and on, because people like to camp on spawns over in the woods, and you can't really see them from everywhere. But there's a lot of really long lines of sights where you can see spawn points, you can see people camping spawn points, and you can take them out with an AR as long as you're ready for them. So that's the gameplay. I hope you guys enjoyed that in the background. But to today's topic, what we are talking about, gotta get through this because there's a lot to it. Alright, so we're gonna go into this. I ain't talking about who the next Call of Duty developer is going to be. Now, the reason I want to talk about this is because there is a rumor that Sledgehammer Games is going to be doing it. Now, I think that's a bad thing, but I'm going to try to keep this kind of like a pros and cons type of thing going through this. But it's going to be very difficult because I am quite an opinionated person, and I apologize if I offend you or offend anyone else in that, aspect. But we're going to get into this. Number one, if you don't know who Sledgehammer Games are, they co-developed Modern Warfare 3. I can't remember what they did. I think they did either just a multiplayer or it was just a single player. I cannot remember exactly what they did. But that's what they helped with, and the reason why there's a rumor about it is because they made a job posting for a couple 3D design people. Like, they designed the models in the game, like environments and guns and stuff like that, and vehicles, I think, and all that stuff you guys see on screen. That's what they design, essentially. Which, first off, starting straight off, that's a bad thing. If they're designing this stuff just now when they're supposed to have a game out later this year, that's bad. They should be going into testing right now. That is very bad if they're needing that. Hopefully it's just for DLC if they are making the game, but nonetheless, that's some bad news if it's not. Alright, that's some real bad news. They should be bringing in people from competitive. They should be bringing in people from the community, being like, what should we do exactly? What do we need to do to make this game a success? What's going to help competitive as well as the casual player? That's what they need to be doing. And if they're not doing that right now, this game is not going to turn out good. I guarantee it. Unless they're just magical people, I guarantee you, or they get lucky, I guarantee you it's not going to be very fun, at least at launch. Much like COD Ghosts. COD Ghosts neglected competitive Call of Duty, and it started off really poopy, especially for competitive. After Black Ops 2 was so great, Ghosts come out and it was bad for competitive, and they lost a lot of steam. Lots of steam, and they have to make up for that, so they have to kind of neglect some of the updates and work on competitive side, especially with COD Chains being $1 million freaking tournament. They really have to embrace that and realize this is serious. They could be huge if we do this right, and that's just what they have to do, and that's what they are doing. So kudos to them, and I'm proud of them. But Sledgehammer Games only has ever worked on Modern Warfare 3. That's all they've done, and in my opinion, Modern Warfare 3 was the worst Call of Duty game, period, by far. Worst connection, worst content, worst guns, worst maps, worst DLC. I did not like that game, and I often voice my opinion on it. Now, I'm not going to sit here and hate, because I think Ghost is a great game. They just missed it by a little bit. Just a few updates more, a little bit while longer, maybe a couple months. If they're still listening to the community like they've been, I think they can do this, all right? Just hang with them, man. Gotta stay positive. But I don't think they are actually developing it, though. That's my personal opinion right now. I think what they might be doing is developing the 2015 COD, not the 2014 COD, because I think Treyarch is gonna come back, and they're gonna be, kind of, competitive based. Well, like Black Ops 2, seeing as how much of a success that was, they're gonna try and stick with that formula. Hopefully, that's what I'm hoping for, guys. And then we can actually have a really good year for competitive. That was my phone. I apologize. For competitive COD again, which is really what we need. We need another really good year to really get off the ground here. We can end up being like League of Legends, guys. We could be huge, but hopefully that's what happens. And then in 2015, Sledgehammer can bring out their game. Now, the reason why that's a good thing is that means they added a third developer. Bringing a third developer in means each developer has an extra year to develop their game, to polish it, to make it even better. That's really good news. But if they're dropping a developer by adding this developer, that's bad news. Either way it goes. Throwing someone in new to replace a veteran is never a very good idea when it comes to something like developing a game. But anyway, guys, I want to know your guys' opinion. Let me know in the comments down below. What do you guys think? Do you think it's a good thing? Do you think it's a bad thing? Do you think they're even doing it? Let me know. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.